Do a quick story time about my experience at Louis Vuitton in the Vegas store, and compared to the Dallas stores here, and also how my friend ended up getting a completely new Artsy. The one she had was about a year and a half years old, maybe 2 years old or something at the time. So we're in Vegas for a work conference, and basically, we're roomed together, and she also had a Louis Vuitton Artsy, like I said, and she had a zippy wallet. Well, the original zippy wallet, the long one, not the compact. And I was telling her that I wanted to go buy a 6 keyring holder, which I did buy at the store. But I was telling her that I wanted to go buy one, and I was going to go down to the Louis store, so on and so on. And she was like, I'm never going to buy Louis again because like the quality of the bag isn't good. And I was like, what are you talking about? And so she showed me her bag, and I don't have an Artsy, it wasn't my bag, but she was like, this is, I think the Artsy is like $2,000 or however much it is, $1,000, I think it's at least $1,500 if not $2,000. And she was like, right here on the top, the Artsy doesn't have a zipper, but it has, the top section, and it's an open bag. The canvas is all cracked on the top on both sides, and on the corner for Artsy, like right here where the bag would sit, there was a little bit of canvas missing. It wasn't a complete hole, so it wasn't like a hole in the bag, but the canvas had cracked and then peeled off on the bottom of her bag. And I was like, that's not normal. Like, that's not how Louis Vuitton does their items. Like, your bag is defective. Like, there's no way. And I had read a story on Facebook, on one of my Facebook groups, that the Artsy had canvas problems for a year or 2 years or something like that, and that people were getting new bags. So I took pictures of her bag, which unfortunately this was so long ago that I don't have any of the pictures anymore, but I took pictures of her bag. And when I went down to the store to buy my 6 keyring holder, which I don't have because I ended up returning it, I do have one now. This is the rose ballerine one. I do have this one now, which I haven't moved into, but this is the original one I bought was a damier bean one with the metal button, and this is the rose ballerine with the pink leather button. But originally I bought that, and after I purchased, I said, hey, my friend, my roommate also has a Artsy, and look at her canvas, like, this isn't normal. At the time I was carrying my Neverfull, which is in repair right now. I was carrying my Neverfull, and I was like, this isn't normal, because the Neverfull has a leather strap on top, as the Artsy has like a little rolled piece, so the canvas rolls over. And I was like, this isn't normal. My bag is the same age, if not a little bit younger than her bag, or older than her bag, and I don't have any canvas cracking in my bag, and my bag is not structured just like her bag isn't structured. And she was like, well, it might be defective if she can bring her bag down here. We stayed at the Aria, so it was downstairs from her hotel, and I had already also was bringing in another piece to get repaired. So May of this year, 2016, I got the zipper repaired on this. But that day I got this chain replaced, and it was completely free. And I'll do more of a review on the actual repairs that I've had on that piece. So I got that replaced, and then they replaced that for free. But anyways, that's a side note. So they said bring the bag down, and they're open until midnight. It was a Saturday. They're open until midnight, and I think it was like 9 o'clock. So what happened was we were going to dinner, and I had gotten dressed early, and because I wanted to go buy a piece from Louis Vuitton. And so I think we were leaving either the next, I was leaving on Monday. So basically what happened was, you know, I was like, okay, cool, no problem, I'll have her come down before we would leave. And so we went to dinner, and I, you know, showed them the item, and then they were like, I don't understand the purpose of the item, so on and so on. So it's a long story. I ended up returning it because I found, we went to the outlet mall, which had a Kate Spade there, and I found this one that's from Kate Spade, and this is $30. And so I ended up returning the one that I bought. That was the 6 key ring diamond bean. I returned that one, and I got the Emily. So I had returned it, and I bought the wallet. And when I returned it, we also went down to the Louis store, and I told her, you know, here's her bag. And so she looked at it, and, you know, the store manager came over, and she looked at it, and she's like, okay, no problem. Do you have a receipt? And she was like, no, I don't have my receipt. It was like 2 or 3 years ago. And on top of that, I didn't plan on returning my bag. She was like, okay, no problem. Where did you buy your bag? You know, was it in the United States? And she said, yes. I think it was either in New Jersey or New York. She lives in Jersey. I live in Texas. And she was like, yeah, okay. If it was in the United States, I'll be in the system, because if it's, you know, international, they have different records, so you'd have to bring your receipt in. So, you know, they had looked at the date code on her bag, and then they looked at the receipt, and they're like, okay, cool, it's the same bag, no problem. Not that the date code's on there, but around the same time frame. And so she looked at the receipt, pulled it up, said, no problem, we'll give you a new bag. Can you empty out your bag? So we were sitting on the couches, and she was taking all, you know, and she had a lot of stuff in her bag. So she's like, you know, the next bag I have, I'm going to really take care of it. Luckily, she got a brand new Artsy. Her handle was really patinaed, but it was dirty too. But it was her everyday bag for like 2 or 3 years, like I said. And she's like, I really can. This is my only real purse. And I was like, okay, no problem. Well, you know, just make sure that you're not like throwing on the ground anymore and taking care of the bag. She's like, okay, great. So because she had such a great experience about exchanging her bag, she ended up purchasing another Louis Vuitton item. So I don't know if I remember mentioning to you before, but when I had told her I was going down to Louis, she's like, I'm never going to buy a bag again. I don't agree with Louis Vuitton's quality. This is a $2,000 bag, and look at the quality. Well, because I basically helped her get an exchange by just asking the sales associate, look at this Artsy. She got a new bag, and she was like, you know, because I had such a great experience, I'm going to purchase something else. So she ended up getting the toiletry 19? Yeah, because it's the medium one. The 26 is the big one. So yeah, she got the toiletry 19, and she's like, because I had such a great experience, I feel like I should, you know, I want to buy another piece now, because I know that their customer service is going to take care of me. And the shops at Crystal, Louis Vuitton store, amazing. They were great. They had amazing customer service. So, I mean, I think they were to the top for sure. And we went to 2 Louis Vuitton. I had gone to 2 Louis Vuitton stores at the time. That one was really big. I think it was 2 stories, maybe 3. I don't remember, because I only stayed on the bottom floor. At least 2 stories. And the other one I went to was in the mall, which I don't know which mall it was, to be honest. It was about 10 minutes away from her hotel. But there's like 7 or 8 malls in Las Vegas. So it was one of the malls, and it was a smaller store. And they told me that to get the chain fixed on my key clay, the little chain fixed inside, it would take them a day that I'd have to come back to the mall. I was like, okay, no problem. What I'll do is I'll just go to the Louis Vuitton store down at my shops at Crystal, downstairs from my hotel, and I'll just exchange it, or I'll do it there, and I'll pick up the next day. Well, at the Crystals, they did it in 5 minutes. So I just feel like the experience there was amazing. I really enjoyed it, and you know, everything that happened was an amazing experience there. And, you know, the store that I've experienced here in Dallas, which is at North Park, was completely different. So, You know, we'd walk in, no one would even acknowledge us, and no one would pay attention to us. This is the standalone store in North Park, and it would take a while. And I think we've bought something there before. My Neverfull there, I think. Yeah, we bought my Neverfull there. My mom probably bought stuff there too, but I just didn't enjoy the experience. They weren't nice. They don't seem helpful. They seem rude. And, you know, like, oh, you're only buying a Neverfull? Like, that's, at the time it was only 8-ish. I don't remember exactly how much it was. 8 something. It's a Neverfull Damier Ebene MM size before they had the pouch. So, they just felt snotty to me. So then I went to the one inside of, I think it's Neiman Marcus or Saks. But I went inside of the inside store in one of the department stores. And it's a lot smaller, like way smaller. But the customer service there is amazing compared to the one at North Park. They didn't have as large of a selection out, but anything that I wanted, they had. Like, I know for sure that I've picked up, my Speedy there. My mom picked up a coin purse. And she has a Vernice piece that she picked up there, like an evening clutch. I picked up my MM size agenda there. And I've just had amazing customer service every time I've gone to that store. But every single time I go into the North Park standalone store, they are so rude. Like, literally, they don't even acknowledge you. And I went in there recently, and they don't even acknowledge you. They don't, you know, pay attention to you at all. I have to walk up to them. And at every other store I've ever been to, someone has always greeted me. Unless they were busy. You know, and at the North Park store, the standalone, sometimes I've been in there and no one's busy. Or they had just finished up with a customer and they would literally walk past you, even though you're obviously needing help. They walk past you and go to another person, or go talk to another sales associate, or go to the back, or they're just not helpful there. I don't enjoy shopping at that store at all. But I definitely enjoy shopping at the Dallas Galleria store with my sales associate Sam. So great. Even another associate that I work with, his name is James. He's really great too. Sam is, to me, like the best I've ever had, besides the Las Vegas experience, which I don't live there, so I can't have tons of experiences there. But definitely Sam at the Galleria Mall is on par. And he is only part-time though. So sometimes it's a hit or miss if I can see him there. I usually try to text him and say, hey Sam, are you going to be there today? I'm coming by the store. If I want to pick up something. He's like, yeah, okay, no problem. I'll be there. So, you know, just those are the experiences that I've had at Louis Vuitton. I haven't gone to any other Louis Vuitton stores, you know, in other states or other countries. I went to the one in New York too, and they were great too, actually. But I didn't buy anything at that store, but they were definitely great. I think that's the only other store I've been to. I haven't been to any other stores, and I've only been collecting for 3 years. And actively collecting, like really wanting to buy stuff in the last year, maybe year and a half, is where I've really grown my collection. Some of them have been gifts, some of them I purchased myself, but you know, definitely been growing my collection. So I want to have more experiences, and hopefully they're not like the one at North Park. But thanks so much for watching in my story time. I'm sorry it's long and rambly. But I just wanted to kind of tell you about how we got a new Artsy and my experience at each store that I've ever been to. But if you watch it this far, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And I'll talk to you later. Bye. Bye, guys.